Hello YouTube, we're at the Strand in Eastbourne. I think this is still a Migrant Hotel, although I'm not entirely sure. Doesn't seem to be much activity going on in there, but I thought I'd just do my first audit, as it were. So obviously I haven't got anyone with me, so I don't really want to go too far into it. But it just seems that the Strand obviously was a Migrant Hotel before. I'm a little bit apprehensive about doing this sort of thing on my own, so I'm hopefully gonna find someone to do it with me, really, because you know, you could get in a bit of trouble, really. I don't really know too much about it, but I've been sort of inspired by a couple of channels on YouTube, really, that have done it. I think Yorkshire Rose was down there a few years ago, I think so. But I think there's at least still about 6 hotels down here that are housing migrants, as far as I know. They said 2 of them wasn't, but that Strand one looks a little bit, I'm not too sure if they are or not. It seems a bit weird that can't really see anyone in there, but could be, I'm not too sure. So of course, Eastbourne being a lovely seaside town, a lovely pier over there, it really is a lovely place. It's just such a shame how a lot of these seaside towns have gone downhill, really, since a lot of these bloody migrant hotels have been popping up. Taxpayer funded, of course. And I think someone the other week on Facebook said on there, is there a national cycle race going on? Of course there wasn't. It was one of the hotels with about 50 bikes outside, which is a telltale sign of a migrant hotel. But yeah, it's just a bloody shame, really, to be honest, isn't it? You know, previous generations had enjoyed places like Eastbourne, but now they're just turning into ruins, really. It's such a shame. And of course the pier over there, we're quite close to the pier. We're not too far from the town centre and the train station, really. As I say, this is my first time coming down here, sort of hunting them out, really. But so hopefully I can get a little bit better. It's my first time, so you know, give me a bit of slack on it.
Phoned up on the Friday and goes, here it goes.
Once we have the good old channel there, it's quite a nice day for it, really, apart from the fact that we're in April and it's probably going to rain at some point today. Good old April showers. The sea looks very calm. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be some people trying to cross today. So we've got some lovely modern art here. Look at this. I dread to think what this costs a bloody taxpayer. Look at it, it's bloody horrendous. Look at it, just a giant lump of plastic. That's all it is. Do you like that? I bloody don't. Bloody load of old rubbish. Because we'll keep walking for a bit until we get a bit closer to the pier, and then we'll see what else we can film. Of course, I'm not actually from Eastbourne originally. I'm a little bit further inland, but I've moved down this way recently, and obviously I've seen these migrant hotels so many times as I've driven through that I thought perhaps maybe I ought to start filming them, really. It takes a bit of guts, really, if you're not used to filming sort of things like that, but obviously we need to expose what's going on, and hopefully if everyone does their share, it should be all right. So if we look on the old map here, you can see where we are. We're not too far from the shopping centre and all of that. I think there's at least 6 other hotels around here. I think this one here on the right might be one. I'm not entirely sure. Seems to have that sort of look about it. That one's called the Shore View Hotel. All the curtains are drawn. So I think that's possibly one. I haven't been down here of an evening, but I do know that when you're down here of an evening, a lot of the certain demographic of the hotels are propositioning themselves to young ladies and that, and I've heard a few stories that ain't very nice. But of course, if you try and raise this, all the lefties come out of the woodwork and says, oh, it's in their culture, it's fine. But at the end of the day, it's not fine, is it? Because they have their values and we have ours, and some of their values ain't that nice, really. Let's be blunt about it. I've seen this country deteriorate so much that I think it's every single seaside town has got this problem now. But yeah, sorry, it's I'm not as good as, say, any of the other auditors out there making the videos, but I'm learning, and I want to learn. You know, you've got to try. If you don't try, you don't succeed. So I think it would probably be better, so if I can find someone to go with, and I think it'd probably reassure me a bit, because obviously, you know, anything could happen. That's what worries me with a lot of these things. But yeah, we're getting very close to the pier now. And of course, it's worth knowing that this pier has quite a bit of interest to it, really, because the guy that owns this pier also owns Bowship Farm Lines Hotel, and he owns a gold Mercedes-Benz, which is sometimes parked up round here, to be fair. In I think 2 of his hotels that he owns, he let them out to migrants, and he is as rich as, or richer than, the Prime Minister, from what I've been told. And he's let all of his hotels out to migrants, and I think it's like £600,000 he's made already, probably more. And he himself looking after his own, of course, because that's how it works, isn't it? Because, you know, this is the country we're in now, and I think if future generations hear this, they're probably going to think, oh, well, people have tried warning us about these things, and people warned us before, and no one's taken any interest in it, or even thinking about it, really. So I think if people don't start doing things, things are going to turn to shite pretty quick. And a lot will argue that it already has, to be honest, because it is such a shame, really. Of course, a lot of older people that were in Eastbourne remember it how it was years ago. But yeah, it's definitely not like that anymore. We're just coming under the pier now. We'll walk a little bit further, and then we'll go up to the road. I could probably feel like I could have a nice little meal or something. Of course, it's all right for me, I can afford it, but there's a lot of people out there that can't afford things. A lot of everyday working Britons that are struggling. And while that's going on, migrants are getting fed and looked after in 4 or 5-star hotels on the seafront. So that's fantastic, isn't it? It's really not, though, is it? Now, I think, don't hold me to this, but I think a hotel just down here, I can't remember the name, but I think that was housing migrants as well. I think it might be the Cavendish. I'm not sure. I'm 99.9% sure I'm right on that. But yeah, from what I know of, there are 6 migrant hotels here, from what I've been told. Apparently 2 of them, or a couple of them, have been shut down. Whether that's true or not, I haven't a bloody clue. The pigeons are out. Of course, just look at this lovely flower garden here. The volunteers spend a lot of their time maintaining and planting these flowers. I was expecting to see some sort of graffiti or antisocial behaviour down here today, but I haven't really seen anything. It doesn't look too bad today. But once we get into the town, you'll see that the diversity really does hit home. Especially when you walk through the town centre. So we'll just work our way up to the traffic lights and cross the road. And you'll probably see what I mean. Hope I don't get my phone snatched off me or something. I definitely would feel fake. Definitely would have felt more safe 20 years ago in this town than today. Portsmouth, pride of the south, Leicester. Strange, I thought we were in Eastbourne. Of course, we come to this old sweet shop here. Now, this sweet shop has been here so long. I think my mum, who's 70 now, used to come here when she was a child, and she always remembered going to that sweet shop. So that sweet shop has been there a hell of a long time. It's been there for at least 70 years. So my mum used to tell me stories of that sweet shop when we used to come down here. We'll cross the road here. Of course, there's quite a few abandoned shops down here that aren't open anymore. There's one down here called TJ Hughes. It was open for, well, I think it's been a clothes shop or a retail shop for the last 50, 60 years. Of course, that's closed now, which is a shame, really. I used to have a restaurant in there. We used to have really nice cream teas in there years ago when I was a boy. Of course, not anymore. It's all closed up and empty. So, yeah. It's a shame what's happening in a lot of UK towns, really. It seems to be the same up and down the country, wherever you go, really.
Carry that ball.
No, I'm alright, mate.
You sure?
Yeah, I've been a bit of a rush.
Carry that down to Sainsbury's and wait and then...
No, I'm alright, thanks, mate.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine, yeah.
Right, yeah. You have a lovely day.
You too, mate.
Realise I look like John For a brag.
Of course, we just had a strange guy come up to me with a package, asked me if I could carry it to Sainsbury's for him, for someone. I dread to think what's in it. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of strange people around, isn't there? Oh, I've got a package, can you carry it to Sainsbury's? Yeah, I don't know who you are and I don't know what the package is, so no thank you. So it's such a shame that towns are turning into such shitholes, really, but I'm sort of heading towards the main town centre now. I think this is probably all my battery's got left, really, so I think I'm probably going to have to go now, but thank you very much for watching.